Tifa in Tekken's just not happening. Like, I bet you would see her in Street Fighter before you saw her in Tekken.
I bet you would see her in Street Fighter before you saw her in Tekken.
So, you know Tifa, right?
Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. We got an interesting rumor for y'all today on the Street Fighter 6 front and who may or may not be characters in the upcoming Season 4. Because Season 4 realistically is not that far away from now. We have Ingrid, who is our next character for Street Fighter 6, and she'll be out in a month and a half-ish, I'm assuming, and then she starts Season 4 technically, then it's the next batch of DLC characters right after. And we got Summer Game Fest coming up. Summer Game Fest, to date, kind of always reveals what the next characters of Street Fighter will be for the next season. So we'll find out sooner or later, but we have had some people talking, some people yapping, and throwing out some characters that may be in Season 4 of Street Fighter 6. Not the least of which is, Tifa's name is brought up for Street Fighter 6. So normally I'd be doing some due diligence and showing you some sources. The original source, which has been correct on a lot over the years, has done their best to delete as many comments as they can talking about this. So to respect their privacy, I'm not going to dig that up in the public forum. But if you search around, I'm sure you'll find some of that. We're filing this under you can't put the genie back in the bottle, because all this morning I've been getting nonstop pings from people. Hey, did you hear about Tifa? Did you hear about Tifa? Did you hear about Tifa? And the other characters. So that, along with the fact that in some other places my name is being brought into the occasion, I figure, well, let's talk about it, because I've heard some stuff as well. It's well known, if you don't know, I never leak anything. I only talk about leaks once they become news. And well, now that it's out there, it's news. So I'll give you what people are talking about first before I give you my angle on this. So what's the news as it stands right now? So it is being reported that the news is your Season 4 lineup of Street Fighter 6 is Vega, Gouken, Mike Hagar, yes, that Mike Hagar, and Tifa Lockhart of Final Fantasy VII fame. So this is what's being reported, and I got a few things to say after we get through this as well here, but this is what's being reported, and as it stands, I told y'all quite some time ago, the guest character door, once you open that door don't close. And man, like, the door is opening as I'm talking about this. I didn't plan for this. This just sort of works out in my favor. Adds more gravity to what I'm talking about. But yeah, so we had Terry and Mai. Did you think that was gonna be it? A one and done with a lot of money left on the table? I don't know how many years running I got to say this stuff. Even if you don't like guest characters, it doesn't mean everyone else doesn't, Like, guest characters keep happening for a reason. Because they sell DLC and they sell copies of the game to people who have not bought the game before yet. Because of the guest character. And who better than Tifa? You know someone who's going to buy the game if Tifa's in the game. And to be real, it's going to be a lot of someone's getting the game. But that said here, before we talk more about Tifa, let's talk about the other characters. So Vega is almost comedically obvious. It's the single most obvious character to be in the game. Why? Because they try to hit us over the head with the fact that Vega will be in the game at some point, just like they did with Bison in World Tour. They gave him new lore. They gave him new supporting characters that have never existed before that only have contact with Vega. They gave him a effective new stage. He has a castle now. Oh, and despite the fact he's not a playable character yet, he's voice acted in multiple languages. They didn't get all those people in the booth for a couple throwaway lines for World Tour, y'all. Vega has been the most done deal to ever be done. It's just a matter of, will he be like Street Fighter V Vega? Will he be more like classic Vega? What's going on? Because Street Fighter V changed him up wildly to be a stance character. And also the Herald of Charge Erasure. We talk a lot about that on the channel. So I hope whatever he may be in Street Fighter 6, he can maybe be a stance character still. One stance motion, one stance charge. That'd be fun. And keep the good walk speed and the command grab, and you have me happy. I actually mained Vega in Street Fighter V. It's part of the reason why I have so many complexes about Street Fighter V, because maining Vega will drive you insane. But yeah, okay, obvious enough. Vega, sure. How about Gouken? Okay, we have a returning vet from Street Fighter 4. Gouken definitely has his fans. I'm one of them. And he's kind of like your all-rounder. He's literally a Shoto. He's like the Shoto, if you will. That's why he has a slightly different moveset. And, a very interesting take on the usual Shoto moves as he throws fireballs up. He hurricane kicks up, but he dragon punches across. And since, for any DLC seasons past, you have to have some characters that are, more for everybody. Season 1 had Akuma, Season 2 had Terry, Season 3 has Sagat, kind of people anyone could pick up and play. That would definitely be the Gouken role. And he's just kind of sick anyway. I love Gouken, like cool older badass. It's hard not to like him. Hagar's a fun pick because he's always existed in the Street Fighter world, but never playable, and the argument's always been, well, he's a little too similar to Zangief because he has a spinning lariat and a pile driver. And, cosmetically similar, sure. This is Street Fighter 6, though. You could easily make them fully unique from Zangief. Even if they did share those two same moves, you can have them have completely different properties or variances or whatever you want. Realistically, that can't hold him back from being a playable character. You can invent a lot. And a lot of characters who came into Street Fighter 6 got all sorts of new tricks and toys anyways. So who's to say Hagar does not? Maybe he brings the pipe with him, right? The fabled pipe. You can definitely do a lot of fun things with that. And if there's any plans to reboot the Final Fight franchise at some point, Hagar would be a pretty good character to reintroduce to the general public. And Tifa's an easy sell. Come on, get real. Just look at the Final Fantasy VII remakes, right? She is a martial artist. She has already a pre-baked moveset you can borrow from the Final Fantasy VII remakes, let alone maybe adding a little bit of a Street Fighter flair. She even sort of has the stock system where you can build up stocks to get her moves stronger. That's fighting game 101. Super easy to design, like a rushdown version of Tifa. Easiest thing in the world. Plus, the third Final Fantasy VII Remake game is coming out at some point, and probably sooner rather than later. So, hey, co-marketing branding synergy. Well, isn't that a little ruthless? Isn't that a little corporate? Yeah, what business do you think we're in? This is how this works. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this is how all this goes together. Final Fantasy fans will buy Street Fighter 6 because Tifa's in the game. Tifa's brand awareness comes at an all-time high. And then a bunch of people who never picked up one of the Final Fantasy VII Remakes games go, oh, maybe it's about time I played those. And hey, it's going to generate some buzz because y'all know what the Street Fighter 6 ladies look like. And I think Tifa will look pretty good in the Street Fighter 6 engine. But hey, that's just me. So now to add a little bit of personal input on this. So is this real? I'm gonna err on yeah. Y'all know I don't make leak videos or whatever news videos just for clicks. There's already been so many fake leaks for Season 4 of Street Fighter 6 out there, and frankly, to talk about them is a waste of my time and yours because they don't exist in reality at all. I also say I never leak anything, but I report on things once it does leak out. So what I'll say is I heard about Tifa in Street Fighter many, many months ago now. Never said anything because it's not my place to talk about it and, put it out to the world. But now that it's out there, I'll give you that I've heard about it. I've not played her. It's not like I played the character in my hand. So I guess in that way, I can't 100% confirm. So don't just take my word for it. But it's definitely something I've heard about. I got my sources. I've had it confirmed by more than one source. And one of those sources is extra reliable because they did things like tell me about Marvel Tokon a full year before it got announced. So I'm inclined to believe them, but once again, don't take my word for it, just what I've heard. But that said now, just to add a little bit of a wrinkle to this whole situation, I didn't hear exactly this. I heard Tifa, yes. I heard Vega, yes. I did not hear Gouken and Hagar, which is funny. I heard two other characters. Now, once again, I don't leak anything, so just in case the two I heard is correct, I'm not going to say who they are. But basically, nothing's a given till it's actually out there. Always be a little bit skeptical, because nobody always knows the full picture. Like, say, Terry and Mai. I knew about Terry and Mai a long time before they got announced, but like Ellen in Season 2, I had no idea about her at all. Sometimes when leaks happen, everyone has a piece of the picture, but no one has the full thing. Once again, Summer Game Fest, We'll find out soon enough, because expect Papa Capcom to run the trailer, and whatever characters we're going to get them. I myself, I'm kind of excited for all 4 of these characters if the leak is true. If the other characters I heard about that aren't Hagar and Goken are true, well then a whole other set of people will be happy, but we'll see how that goes. But as always, I'm here to report the news to you, and Tifa in Street Fighter, I think is pretty big news. And I guess the biggest takeaway besides, hey, yo, that's kind of crazy, right? Is poor Tekken. How many years now people have been arguing Tifa for Tekken, right? And now Tifa's finally showing up to fighting games, and Tekken's not getting her. It's Street Fighter of all things, like not even Dead or Alive. Like it'd be one thing for her to go to Dead or Alive, but her to go to a 2D fighter after all this, Tekken star is definitely fading. Like Tekken 8, well, yo, we all know Tekken 8 has not done the best lately, but like it's done so poorly that the dream character everyone wanted is going to a different game. It's done so poorly, it's lost its death grip on the genre of 3D fighter, and now extinct 3D fighters are coming back to fill the void. Just, I don't know, egg on Tekken's face. Like if I was Square, I'd absolutely go with Street Fighter over Tekken, especially now. Street Fighter just is a better fit, gets better numbers, is more culturally relevant in every possible metric. Like it's the pick to go with if you're going to take one of your major characters and put them out as a guest. But again, take it all with a grain of salt, because until you actually see the trailer run, nobody knows nothing is what I'll say. Even if I heard about it a long time ago, until I see her with my own 2 eyes, I don't actually know for sure. I just have an educated guess. But my friends, that is the news for now, and that is the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.